Let's add REI compatibility to our Minecraft mod. If you want to go deeper, the 26.x modding courses are linked down below. 30 plus hours covering complex block entities with fluid and energy handling, custom mobs, custom networking, and even custom biomes and dimensions. Everything you need for 26.x all in one place, linked down below in the description. Right, we found the back and tell items more. And in this tutorial, we're adding REI compatibility to our Minecraft mod, basically allowing us to see our custom crystallizing recipe type inside of REI. Now for this, it's slightly more complicated than one might think, but do not worry, we will get through this. So for it, we will of course need to get REI. I highly recommend, I'll obviously link everything down below, but basically we can take a look at this over here, how we can add REI, and we will first of all need to get the Maven right here, and this Maven, we want to add this to the builder.gradle file inside of the repositories. As always, of course, all of the code is also available to you down below, so no worries there at all. And then we need to add some stuff to the dependencies. Now I already have this prepared, and I'll explain each of the different three things that we have there, and I'll also explain the sort of third thing that we're going to need. So let's just take a look. So basically, it's going to be these two over here, or these four different things. Basically, we have roughly enough items, API, and the normal one, and then also we're including the API over here for architecture, and we're compile only the cloth basic math. Why do we need this many dependencies? It's just the way that roughly enough items works. That's just the way that we're going to do it, and we can actually also see it right here. So here they do mod compile only runtime. This will probably also work. I've put in implementation. Usually implementation then means that you will need to add REI 100% of the time. We can obviously also do mod compile only and runtime only on both of them. So that would be compile only, and the other one would then be runtime only. That would, in theory, that should also work, and that would then make it so that you don't necessarily have to have this added to your project. So this is an optional dependency. Regardless of what we choose, we have to then go to the sync Gradle over here. Also, you can, alternatively go to the Gradle tab, sync all Gradle projects, and once again, might take a couple of seconds, in this case 2 seconds over here, because I've already done this, and then we can move on to actually implement this. In the tutorial mod package, we're gonna get the compat package. Also, when it comes to versions over here, definitely you have to make sure that architecture is at least at 21.0.4. If you're like, where do I get these versions from? You go to architecture and you look at the version. That's how easy it is. It's kind of crazy, but that's actually how it goes. Alternatively, you can also go to the Daniel Maven over here, and everything here is in here as well, right? So you go dev architecture fabric, and then you find the newest version, in this case 1901. It actually doesn't have the 21 version. Oh, it does. 21.05 is actually the newest one over here. That's fine. 04 should be all right. Regardless, that's how you get the versions in this case. So nothing too insane in that instance. Now in the compat, we're gonna have 4 different classes that we need. 2 that are sort of, generalized classes. This is the tutorial mod REI client class, right? REI client, there we go. And then we also have the tutorial mod REI common class, right? So we need both of those. And then for each of our different custom recipe types, we would want to make one display and one category. So this is going to be the crystallizer display, and we'll also need to make the crystallizer category. Where do we start? I think we need to run around the rosy one way or another. So we need to go through multiple ones over here. So might as well start off with the display. Sure, why not? The display is going to be a record. So this is a record, and this one is basically very similar to how your recipe type looks like. So the actual recipe type, you'll have an entry ingredient of input, an entry ingredient of output, and then I'll also put in we also need to put in an optional. There's going to be an optional over here, optional of type identifier. I'm going to call this here the location. There we go. This will implement the display interface. That is exactly right. And with the display interface, we then also need to implement these methods over here. Not to worry, those are not as crazy as one might think. For this, I will copy over the display serializer. That's the big thing that we need to do. It's basically a combination of a map codec and a stream codec. Because we've seen this previously, this shouldn't be anything too insane. Now, obviously, you're going to be like, whoa, lots of stuff at the same time, but you can see record builder, map codec. Once again, we have an entry ingredient codec. input, entry ingredient output. And then here we have a identifier codec optional field of, because it's an optional. That's the idea. And the same thing happens in the stream codec down here. So this is nothing new that we haven't seen previously. So nothing crazy in this instance. And it's always going to look like this. Of course, once again, if you have two different inputs, then you would have entry ingredient input 1, input 2, things like that. If it was a list of inputs, then, obviously you would need to change this depending on how your own custom recipe looks like. Once again, that's the idea. For the input ingredients over here, we just pass in the input right here. We pass in the output right here. The category modifier or identifier, this is what we're going to make a deliberate error for. This is going to return the location, and then the serializer is just the serializer. So that's very straightforward in this case. And then we're going to make two different constructors, one for the crystallizer display over here, and then this is going to have the recipe holder, so recipe holder of type crystallizer recipe. So this is going to be our entry, and then this is going to call this. So it's going to call another constructor that we're going to create, entry.id.identifier, and then entry.value over here. Of course, this does not work. So we're going to create that constructor with an identifier and a crystallizer recipe, exactly right, which would then call this. This is another thing, which would be this constructor over here, the one at the top, because it's obviously a record. And this is going to be entry ingredients of ingredient, super important. What I will tell you about REI is that there's a lot of these entry ingredients of ingredients. It's a very, very often that you accidentally do an S where an S isn't supposed to be, or you put in an S where it's not supposed to be. Always double check this. It's so unbelievably easy to make a typo there. It's actually crazy. This one, by the way, is going to be the recipe instead of the value, because I do think that that's fair. And we can call this ID right here. But the recipe.input item, and then over here, we're going to also have the entry ingredients, once again, .of this time, and then recipe.output.create. And the final one is the optional of the ID right here in this case. And that's going to finish this, with the exception, obviously, of the category identifier, which we're going to add in a second. Right, let's move on to the category. So once again, each one of your different recipe types is going to have a display and a category. This is going to implement the display category of type display. In this case, let's hover over this to implement the methods we need, and then we'll take it from here. We will have the texture. So this is the same texture that we need to, or that we are using for our screen. So this is going to be identifier from namespace and path to mod ID, and this is then textures GUI, not quite crystallizer, and then / crystallizer _ GUI, but there we have it. This is going to be the same texture that we have there. This one, once again, a deliberate error. The component is obviously just the block.tutorial.crystal. No, why would you do Minecraft tutorial mod crystallizer? And there we have it. For the icon, we're going to do an entry stacks.of modblocks.crystallizer.asItem.get default instance. That's going to make it so that it uses the crystallizer as its sort of icon to render. And then we want to override two additional methods, the setup display method and the get display height method. So the get display height method over here, get display height. There we go. That's just going to be a 90. That is like sort of, I pre-calculated this. You can also make it more or less if you want to have, a little bit of less height. That would work as well. But there we go. Now in the setup widgets, this is where we define where our slots are going to render. So the way that this is going to work is we're going to have a list of widgets, right? So list of widget called widgets, exactly. And I will make this a linked list. I'm not 100% sure if we do need to necessarily make this a linked list, but at least that's what has worked for me in the past. We need a start point. This is going to be the point from me, she, Daniel, math. And then there's going to be start point over here equal to a new point. And this is going to be bounds.getCenterX minus 87, bounds.getCenterY. So this is bounds.getCenterY minus 35 in this case. And then we can start drawing our texture. So that we're going to do widgets that add. So every widget you make, you always need to add it to the list of widgets. And then the widgets class, so widgets.create textured widget with the texture, then a new rectangle. This is where this is drawn. Start point is going to be, start point X, start point Y. And then the width and height is 175 and 82 is the height that we're going to draw this in. So this is going to draw the entirety of, well, not the entirety actually. It's only going to draw 82 pixels of the widget, which is going to be very interesting, or of our texture right here. Then widgets.add. This is where we're going to add a slot. So this is going to be widgets.add slot over here, add slot, create slot, of course, with a new point right here. Right, so new point, and this point is going to be at start point of X. So start point.x plus 54, start point of Y plus 34, here. After the second closing parenthesis, we'll do an entries of display dot get input entries dot get first. And then at the last one over here, we'll mark this as an input, basically sort of signifying that, hey, this is an input over here. If you're like, where does 54 and 34 come in? Well, you probably should have paid a little bit more attention right here. 54, 34. That is obviously our input slot right here. And then the output slot is going to be 104 on the X. So that's going to be fine. 34, the same thing. Here we then get the output entries, and we get the first one because in our case, we only have one of each. And instead of marking this as an input, we're marking this as an output, and that is it. That is going to render our widgets. And you can, of course, in theory, customize this in whatever way you want. That is what the setup display method is for. You can go absolutely crazy if you so choose to, but that is the sort of general way that this is set up. And then we can move on to the client and the common one. Those are really not as crazy. This is going to be implementing the, let's actually first of all go to the common one. I think that makes more sense. It doesn't matter, I think, one way or another, but it's fine. This is the REI common plugin right here. And here we want to, first of all, have the category identifier. This is going to be the public static final category identifier of type crystallizer display. This is the crystallizer equal to the category identifier of tutorial mod.modID and then crystallizer. No, let's do, actually we can do crystallizer. That is okay. Here we also want to register the display serializer as well as the display. So those are the two things that we need to register right here. It's going to be registry.register, passing in the crystallizer identifier and then crystallizer display. So this is the crystallizer display class. That's serializer. It's going to probably register the serializer. Then here we have registry.begin recipe filler with the crystallizer recipe.class. And we're then going to fill that with, or we're going to fill basically the display with that. So this is going to be display : new crystallizer display. That's why it doesn't work, because it's not the category. It is the display. There we go. And that we have it. So the idea is that the custom display that we've made is going to be filled up, with all of the recipes from our crystallizer recipe type. That's the idea. And then in the client one is what we're going to implement the REI client plugin. Nope, making sure we choose the correct one over here, client plugin. And this is where we need to register the category as well as register the screens. The category over here, very straightforward. First of all, registry.add. And this is where we make a new crystallizer category. Very straightforward in this case. And then we also add a workstation. This is going to make it so that it's basically going to show the recipes. Entry stacks.of modblocks.crystallizer. So this is going to be the block that we can press U on, and then it's also going to show us the recipes for that particular crystallizer. And then here I'm just going to copy this over because I think that it's slightly easier rather than typing it all out. I will explain, of course, what this means. Yeah, the idea here is that this click area is when you have the GUI open, right? So we have our crystallizer GUI open, and then I'm going to be able to click within the arrow right here, and it's going to show me the recipes of this particular block entity in this case. That's what this does. Basically, obviously, if there's like any changes in numbers or anything like that, you can always like test those out and see what you can come up with. But generally speaking, that is what we have here. That then basically finishes almost everything. This is going to be tutorial mod REI crystallizer, exactly right here. And then we need to call the same thing right here, returning it here, boom, boom, boom. That is going to fix both of those errors. And now the final step, very important. Pay close attention over here. You know, I'm just saying, fabric.json file. Both of these must be added to REI_client. Boom. That's going to be this. And then this is going to look kind of like this. It's going to be tutorial mod.compat and then tutorial mod REI client. There we go. And then the second one is the REI common over here, which is going to point to the common class. Super important that we add these correctly. If you do not, it's not going to work and you will run into errors. Generally speaking, like I said, the client and the common classes are fairly straightforward. And for each one of your different custom recipe types, you'll obviously need a new identifier and register them, do the fillers, all of that stuff. And then you also always basically need a new display as well as a new category. And that should basically be that. So with that being done, let's run with the game and see if it works. Alright, friends, I'm back in Minecraft, and let's see. You can see REI has been added, and if I look at this, view recipes for the crystallizer, and of course, I can see all of the recipes right here. I can even save them if I want to. You can see that is really freaking cool. I can press U over here. You know, how can I use raw fluoride? Of course, I can do this, or I can do this, right? And I can see all of this craziness. So that all works exactly like we would expect it to, and that is really freaking cool. And of course, here, the size of this, you can of course change this, right? You can adapt it. You can do all sorts of different different things still in REI. This is the very basic setup that we've made right here. And you can, of course, I mean, like I said, change it in whatever way you so choose to. This is just the basic setup, having everything done so that it works. And this is like, I think, 80-20 principle. You can make this a little bit nicer. You can, in theory, add you can add this stuff. You can do all sorts of things. You make it a little bit smaller as well. Highly recommend it to test those things out. But this is going to be the basic setup so that you have it done. And now you can polish it. And that is going to be REI added over here to our Minecraft mod. Nice. And that's going to be it for this tutorial right here. Thank you so much for watching. And thanks for the support on Patreon and on YouTube memberships. Don't forget, if you join as a Stonebricks member on YouTube, you can get up to 14 days of early access, which includes this video right here. We'll do a basic world gen setup. Hope to see you there. So, yeah.